Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is a beer review. I'm here today with Pilsner Urquell from the Czech Republic. This is apparently the first ever Pilsner. It was literally brewed in Pilsen, so I don't know if that means if it's good or not, because if it's the first, then there are two options. Either this is the thing that every other Pilsner is trying to copy, or this was just the first and every other Pilsner is better. So, I've never actually done a beer review. I don't really drink beer in general, so let's see. What would I do to show off a beer? I guess. By the way, I tried to do a full screen recording for this, but it turns out my webcam does not like it does not like it when I go full screen. So I guess I do this. Maybe I'll Google things as I drink it. I don't know. So it smells pretty good. It smells very light, kind of grassy. Is that the correct angle? Is that 45 degrees? Oh boy, is that too much of a head? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So, very clear, very like almost a honey color to it. It's really nice. There's a lot of head actually, which I don't know if that's because of my pour or because of the carbonation. I assume it's a bit of both. I'm not quite sure how to describe this. Like, in the can, it was very grassy, but I think like when you drink anything out of a can, it's more concentrated and it's got that sort of metallic tang to it. I wasn't able to find bottles. Like, well, I was able to, but if you check the beer store, which has like the monopoly on pilsners in Canada, you can only get like individual cans. You can't get individual bottles. They only sell them in 6-packs at the least, and I was not totally sure if I wanted to do the big jump for a beer I've never had. But still, oh, it looks gorgeous. Whoa. Okay, wow. That's actually really smooth. I was not totally sure what I was expecting. Like, I've had a bunch of German beers. I think they're good. And I figured, like, just due to proximity with the Czech Republic, like, it'd be kind of similar, but, It's interesting. Like, it's not that this is weak by any stretch of imagination. Like, there's a strong flavor to it, but it's also a very simple one. I think that's pretty cool. Like, when I go out, I think you can divide most situations into lager situations and ale situations, or at least I can. Where if I'm by myself or if I'm feeling depressed or if I'm out with people I don't fully understand, like new coworkers, I'll have an ale. Because I think ales in general are like they're strange. There's a lot going on with an ale. Whereas lager, I always associate lager with like being with friends, like being with people that you actually really like because it's like a good lager is very easy to drink. It's very simple and like it is pleasant. It makes you happy, but at the same time, it doesn't take away too much of your attention. It's not like an ale where you have to really sit down and like examine it. And I'm bringing that up because this is a really, really nice drinking beer. That sounds so dumb. Like that is really all I can come up with though. Like it is the definition of what lager should be. And I've had a lot of bad lagers. Like a lot of things that just taste awful. It doesn't taste too alcoholic either. What's the APV on this? Um, huh. Oh, 4.4. That's not too bad. Like, I feel like 5 is my cutoff for a beer. If it goes above 5, then it's like, oh, I might actually get, drunk doing this. Whereas with this, I could definitely see myself drinking this in the summer or out and about. I'll probably keep drinking it as I do my Weekly Shonen Jump reaction, actually. The texture is very smooth. The body of it is full. I don't know. I can't really deconstruct this because there's not a whole lot going on, and what is going on is basically perfect. Like it is the definition of what a lager should be. I mean, if I had to decide at the very start, I was like, well, is this the first in the sense that it's the worst, or is it the first in the sense that everything else is trying to be like it? I'd say Pilsner Urquell is the thing that every lager and definitely every other Pilsner probably wants to be. Like, it is just the base value for a good beer. I'm legitimately super blown away. Like, It feels so weird because I also have not talked a lot about any other beers, but generally what I do is I drink really weird, pretentious ones. I'm not a super lager person unless I'm with friends, in which points, if I get something, I'm usually just getting, like, whatever is there. But wow. So, if I have ever said anything bad about the Czech Republic, I'd like to rescind it. Because the this is definitely one of the best lagers I've ever had. Yeah, that's about it. Well, I really don't have anything else to say. I should have planned this out a bit better. Um, flavor like what else would I say? It's definitely a recommended beer. If you are taking the advice of someone who rarely ever drinks beer outside of a social setting, for beers, I would say this is definitely a go out and buy it because it is fantastic. I'll definitely be buying more. I kind of regret not getting the bottles, but hmm, I mean, now that I know, I'll definitely pick it up when I'm next out. Anyways, that was a beer review. That's a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. If I were to rank it as a manga, I would probably put it. I don't, I'd probably put it above Nailation. Why not? All right. Well, that was my first ever beer review. Bye for now. Yeah, yeah.